All right, let's give this a shot. So right here, you've got Jeremiah 29:11. This is probably one of the most popular Old Testament verses in Christianity. And it says, "For I know the plans I am planning for you, declares Yahweh," or the Lord, "plans of peace and not of evil, to give you a future and an expectancy." This is a feel-good verse that people take, usually give to college graduates, giving them to really anyone to make them understand or feel that, God is the plan for you. It's a plan that's not for evil. It's plans for a good future and a great expectancy, plans of peace. Unfortunately, this verse doesn't apply to any person who is alive today. I often say all the problems of end-time prophecy can be seen in very simple situations like this. What's going on here is that when a person reads the word "you," they're inserting their own selves. They're saying that you is, in this case, Justin, a person who's alive today. But in reality, it's pertaining to someone else. So who is you? Well, if a person goes to verse 1, they'll see that it says, "And these are the words of the letter, which Jeremiah the prophet sent from Jerusalem to the rest of the elders of the exile." That's the you. "And to the priests and to the prophets and to all the people whom Nebuchadnezzar had exiled from Jerusalem to Babylon." So the you in verse 11 is referring to them, the very individuals who are in the Babylonian exile, who of course is not you. So this promise in verse 11, a plan for peace, is a plan for peace for them. If an individual just backs up one verse to verse 10, you'll see, "For thus said Yahweh, when 70 years are completed at Babylon, I shall visit you and establish my good word towards you to bring you back to this place. For I know the plans I am planning for you, declares Yahweh, plans of peace and not of evil, to give you a future and an expectancy." So this verse has nothing to do with any person who lives today, but many people feel great receiving just this verse even as a poster, as a bookmark or something to hang in your car. It has nothing to do with any person who lives. The same problem with end-time prophecy exists here, which is a misapplication of the word "you." The word "you" here is not meaning you, the person who lives today. It means you, the Judean exile. What's very funny about this verse, in this whole section, is that down here in verse 14, if you're a Messianic, you'll notice one of our famous prophecies right here. "And I shall be found by you, declares Yahweh, and I shall turn back your captivity and shall gather you from all the nations and from all the places where I have driven you, declares Yahweh, and I shall bring you back to the place from which I have exiled you." That's the greater Exodus. But of course, if an individual is, many people believe this is an event that hasn't happened. We have not been gathered and sent back to Israel. Actually, this is a promise pertaining to the Judean exiles. They are the ones that return after 70 years in Babylon. So once again here, total bust, I would say, not only just from regular Christianity standpoint, but also from the standpoint of even our own messianic prophecies shown to be entirely fulfilled. That's the problem with end-time prophecy. Don't focus on the what, like it is just in verse 11 exclusively. Focus on the who. That's who it is. And that'll explain to you when the prophecy is being fulfilled. And if an individual will read the prophets, read prophecies according to the context, they'll see that they're fulfilled as part of the narrative. So kind of a short one, but that's it.